Navigating relationships with a narcissist can be exceptionally challenging due to their inherently self-centered worldview and manipulative tactics. Narcissists often exhibit a persistent need for admiration and control. They manipulate situations and people to maintain an inflated sense of self. Beating a narcissist at their own game requires not only understanding their behavior, but also developing strategies that leverage psychological resilience, self-awareness, and patience. It is crucial to approach this task with a deep sense of control over one's emotions and a disciplined ability to respond rather than react. The first step in dealing effectively with a narcissist is recognizing the patterns they employ to manipulate others. Narcissists often thrive on evoking strong emotions, whether positive or negative. These emotions feed their need for validation. By understanding this, one can begin to control emotional responses rather than being swayed by the narcissist's provocations. When engaging with them, it is beneficial to maintain an emotionally neutral stance. Neutrality denies the narcissist the emotional energy they crave and makes it more challenging for them to manipulate or provoke. For example, responding calmly to their needling or avoiding escalation when they attempt to incite a reaction can destabilize their usual tactics. Denying them the satisfaction of an emotional response can effectively minimize their power over the situation. Equally important is the establishment of firm boundaries. Narcissists are known to disregard others' limits. They push until they achieve what they desire, often disregarding personal boundaries in the process. Setting clear boundaries and consistently enforcing them can be an effective way to diminish their influence. However, it is critical that these boundaries are both realistic and sustainable. Boundaries lose their effectiveness if they are inconsistently upheld or if the narcissist perceives them as weak. Communicating boundaries with clarity and refusing to engage when they attempt to transgress them sends a powerful message. It demonstrates that one is immune to their usual manipulation tactics and is unwilling to concede to their demands. Another critical strategy is to refrain from sharing personal information or vulnerabilities with a narcissist. They often exploit such information to manipulate or control. Any perceived weakness can become a tool for them to establish dominance. By maintaining a degree of emotional distance and refraining from oversharing, one can protect oneself from potential manipulation. For example, if the narcissist presses for personal details, providing vague or neutral responses can prevent them from gaining insights that could be used manipulatively. The less they know, the less power they wield. Moreover, narcissists are highly sensitive to criticism, but often criticize others freely. They use criticism as a method of asserting control. However, responding to their criticism with an objective stance rather than a defensive one can disarm them. Narcissists expect to provoke defensiveness or insecurity, and by not reacting in this anticipated manner, one deprives them of the expected control. When they make critical remarks, adopting a detached, unaffected attitude can signal that their words lack the intended impact. For example, instead of countering with a defensive argument, a simple acknowledgement without emotional engagement, "I hear your opinion," can stymie their attempts to create an emotional upheaval. Finally, one must cultivate patience and resilience. Engaging with a narcissist can be exhausting. They often employ long-term manipulation tactics, and wearing down their opponent over time is part of their strategy. It is essential to recognize that narcissists seldom change, and it is unwise to expect significant shifts in their behavior. One's focus should instead be on managing personal boundaries, maintaining self-composure, and protecting one's emotional health. By fostering a strong sense of self-worth and remaining steadfast in boundaries, one can reduce the narcissist's influence while also preserving personal well-being. Developing resilience may involve seeking support from trusted individuals or even a mental health professional. The psychological toll of dealing with a narcissist should not be underestimated. In summary, dealing with a narcissist and beating them at their own game requires emotional discipline, strategic boundary setting, and a commitment to self-preservation. By withholding emotional energy, setting and enforcing boundaries, refraining from sharing vulnerabilities, and staying resilient, one can effectively navigate the manipulative tactics often employed by narcissists. It is essential to recognize that the narcissist's game relies on others' emotional reactions and vulnerability. By depriving them of these tools, one can minimize their influence. Although managing a relationship with a narcissist is challenging, cultivating emotional control and self-awareness can ultimately lead to a more balanced and empowered position in interactions with them.